Hey, my name is Chenny from Goldfinger Holdings. I am the product manager of TestRay app inside Jira. Welcome to today's micro webinar. Today, I would like to talk about how to install and configure TestRay app in your Jira Cloud. So now in my screen, you can see this is a brand new Jira Cloud server. I have some brand new project created. So they are just Jira normal project. If you open this project, so everything looks like a normal Jira project, and then you can just create any issues like stories or bugs or etc. But if you want to get some capability from TestRay app, especially for test case management and requirement management, you need install it first. To install a plugin inside your Jira Cloud, go to these apps and then manage your apps. So here, it launches manage apps page. So you can simply try to find a new apps like, let's do from here, apps. And you see discover apps from marketplace. So you can simply give like TestRay app here. And then the top one will be TestRay requirements and test management for Jira. Just click on that. It will just launch marketplace page. There are some brief introduction about TestRay app. Then you can go to this try it free button and start free trial. Now it is going to download and install the app to your Jira Cloud server. It will take several minutes based on your bandwidth and network conditions. Okay, now you see the message, TestRay requirements and test management for Jira installed successfully. Now you can keep going to here, manage apps, or you can simply refresh this page. After refresh, you see here, TestRay, and there are a couple of menus be displayed here. Before we are going to these global settings, let me introduce what information or what entities have been created. So the most important part is the issue types created by our TestRay app. You see here, requirements, test keys, test plan. Those are required issue types. So once you install TestRay app in your Jira Cloud, those issue types will be created automatically. Now let's go to manage apps again. Go to TestRay global settings. So first of all, you need let our TestRay app know what issue type will be considered a requirement. So you need to do such kind of mapping. For me, I would like to set epic, story, and task as requirement. You can use your own issue types. So requirement here is not mandatory. You can choose whatever you want. And then here you need to map defect issue type. So here I want to use bug as issue type. So here TestRay projects let you to choose which project you want to enable or TestRay app. So here you see all existing projects will be listed here. Let me just choose 1, 2 projects, because for other project, maybe you don't want to show test management capability at all. You can simply give like this way. TestRay roles to, actually we have permission control for this. If you are the new user, you can ignore this. Just map any to tester and test lead. In next session, I will introduce it further about how we do permission control inside TestRay. The rest of options, you can simply ignore them for now. Let's now do save. Once you save this page, you see here TestRay settings were saved successfully, means settings has been saved there. So now if you go to a Jira project, for example, here, demo project A, actually it is in the list. So once you open that, you will see an additional menu, tests. This is from actually our TestRay app. So let's just open one of the project which has no TestRay app enabled. Let's open that project just to do a comparison here. And on the left side, you will see there's no test menu at all because you are not enable this TestRay app for this particular project. Okay. So once the configuration in global settings is down, you also need to do some Jira project settings because TestRay app is on Jira platform, right? You need also do some settings there, especially you need to go to these project settings of your Jira project and then put required issue types to the project. So as I mentioned, if you want to manage your test cases and test plans in this project, right, you need to add those issue types to the project. So let's say test plan is important, is needed, and test case. Those two issue types are required, or you can call it just mandatory to use our product. Then let me save it. Okay, now issue types are available here. Now let's go to my project again. Demo project A. And go to tests. You see in the global settings, I enable TestRay app for this demo project A. That's why test menu is showing up here. Now I have issue types. I mean, test case issue types means I can create test case inside this project now. So first of all, let me just do a quick creation for a test suite. Let's say test case, or let's just give test suite for all test cases and then add. So now let me just open this test suite. Okay, you want to nest your test cases to tree structure, right? Here, click on this and add test case. You must have test case issue type be configured in this project. Then you see the issue type here will list test case, right? So now let me just create the first test case. It is the first test case and then create. You see, once the creation is done, the first test case has been created here. Means you have configured your TestRay and issue type properly in this project. Now let me open this test case issue. Yeah, you will also see the test details panel. That means the TestRay app is configured for this project properly. You can just go ahead to create a first test case to first test step to take a look. First step, and then save it. You see the first step has been created. Of course, you can use our import feature to import some test steps like this way to find your test case import file. Let's go to TestRay data. You see here I have 3 steps in my import file. Open it and import. You see test cases are created by import automatically. So it means your configuration is correct. So let's go back to this project list again. You see inside Jira for Jira project, there are 2 types. One is company managed software, so that the issue types are global. And another one is team managed software, means you can create your own issue types just inside this project. So since the backend concept is different between these 2 types, so the configuration for team managed project is also a little bit different. Here, let me just open a team managed project to do some configuration to make sure our product can can be used inside team managed project. So go to tests again. You see everything is there, but we need to do some project settings first to make sure that test case issue type is there. Okay. Go to same thing here, issue types. You see here, there are only a couple of issue types, but test plan and test case is not available because this is team managed project, right? So you can add your own issue types here and then map them to TestRay app. For example, here, like test case type. I just use a different name, or you can use like tests or test and then create. So I want to use tests as test case issue type, and then I want to add one more because we also require test plan, right? I can go test plan for execution, or just give a test plan, give a different name, new, because this is team managed project. Okay, now I have two issue types, but till now, TestRay app cannot recognize this issue type because it's not configured yet. So we need to go back to project settings, back to project, and then go to TestRay project settings to do some mapping to let our TestRay know which issue type will be used as test case and test plan. Here we have project settings. And here in project schema, you need to use initialize. You see the test run status or test result has been passed here. So we also have TestRay issues. You need to do edit and then choose those issue types, because team managed project is a little bit different as TestRay project, company managed, right? So here I want to do mapping my tests to test case, and then test plan new to test plan. For requirement, I want to use story. I want to use task. For defect, I want to use bug, and then save it. The message shows settings has been saved now. Okay, let's go back to test suite page again. First, create a test suite, or you can call it just test case repository. So now, please let me add it. So in team managed project, because we can use customized issue type. So when you just go to add test case, now the issue type will not be test case from TestRay. It is the one you created only for this project. So it is the first test case for team managed project. Something like that, and then create. So you'll see once the creation is done, these tests will be considered as test case. And then if you open that, you will see test details panel. This is from our TestRay app. Let me also import some steps by from a CSV file to show you that import. You see, test steps has been created. So let me summarize this one. So for team managed project, you have to use the issue types created by TestRay, that is test case and test plan. But for team managed project, you can create your own issue types and then do your mapping to make sure the app can recognize this issue type as tests and test plan. That's it. So now everything is configured. You can use your product to create your test cases, to create your tree structure, to create your test plan and execution. Yep, it's pretty much for today's webinar. If you want to learn more, or if you have any question, feel free to reach out to us at sales@goldfingerholdings.com. Again, thanks for joining, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. Bye.